Welcome to Cloud Infrastructure Services YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to show you how you can set up and install GitLab Server on Ubuntu hosted on Azure. So simply click the link in the description box to come to this marketplace listing for Azure, and from here you want to create a new virtual machine with this particular image. So for that, simply click on Get It Now and then click on Continue. And then from this product description page, you want to click on Create. After that, you would be brought to this page from where you can customize your virtual machine. So choose the subscription that you have, choose a resource group by either creating a new one or by choosing an already existing one, and then give your virtual machine a name. So I'm going to call mine as GitLab and I'm going to call it Community Server. After that, you want to choose the region where you want your virtual machine to be deployed and choose the image that you got from the link in the description box and the size according to your requirements. Now for the authentication type, you can go with the SSH public key or for the password protected access. So I'm going to go with the SSH public key. And then you want to choose the username. So I'm going to change mine as CIS. And then when you're finally satisfied with the settings, simply click on Review plus Create. After that, you simply need for the validation process to complete. And once the validation process is complete, simply click on this button that says Create. Now this time around, it is going to prompt you to download the private key and create resource. So you want to click on it and download the private key in a secure folder, because this is the private key that you would be using to connect to the SSH terminal of your virtual machine. Now after that is done, you simply need for the deployment process to complete. And once the deployment is complete, you want to connect to the SSH terminal of your virtual machine. So to do that, you can click on Go to Resource or click on Overview right over here. And then you want to click on Connect and choose SSH. Now on this page, you want to copy this command and you want to paste it inside either the command prompt or the PowerShell. So paste your command inside the command prompt and you want to replace this private key path for the path where you have downloaded your private key. Now after replacing the path for the private key, you want to hit enter, and when you are prompted, you want to type in yes and hit enter once more. After that, you would be able to log into SSH terminal of your virtual machine. Now the next step is to configure the GitLab configuration file. So for that, simply type in the command sudo nano /etc/gitlab/gitlab.rb and then hit enter. Now inside this file, you simply want to change this tag over here, which is the external URL. So simply replace this URL for your domain name, or if you do not have a domain name right now with your newly created virtual machine, then you can simply pass in the IP address of your virtual machine. So for that, simply go back to portal.azure and then click on Overview, and then simply copy this public IP address and go back to the SSH terminal and simply remove the URL but keep the HTTP part, and then paste in your IP address and then Ctrl O, hit enter, Ctrl X to save and exit from the file. After that is done, what you want to do is that you want to run the reconfiguration for GitLab. So the command is sudo gitlab-ctl space reconfigure and then press enter. And then you simply need to wait for the reconfiguration to complete. Now once the reconfiguration is done, you want to access the external IP of your virtual machine to access the portal for GitLab. So go back to portal.azure, again copy the public IP address and this time around paste it inside a new tab and then hit enter. Now if you get an error message like 502, then you need to simply wait for the reconfiguration to complete because it is still in processing. So simply wait for a few moments and then reload the page, and if not, then you would be prompted to type in a new password for the root user. So type in the root password and confirm the password and then click on change your password. After that, you would be able to sign in to GitLab portal by simply typing the username as root and the password that you just gave. Once that is done, you would be able to log in to GitLab's portal. Now from here you can create a new project by clicking on this button and then going on with the process. But that is not the focus of this tutorial. So if you want to allow the SSL certificate on this domain or on this virtual machine, then you can do that as well. So simply click the link in the description box to come to this blog post, and if you scroll down on this blog post, you will find these set of commands. So I'm going to open up my SSH terminal side by side to this blog post, and then I want to open up the configuration file once more. So type in sudo nano and then /etc/gitlab/gitlab.rb and then hit enter. Now in this file, I'm simply going to scroll down a little and then I'm going to copy paste this let's encrypt is equals to true. After that, I'm going to add in the let's encrypt contact emails. And I'm going to change the email to whatever email I'm using on my domain. So for me, it would be admin@cis.com. And then to check for the renewal, simply copy these lines and paste them inside your SSH terminal. So these lines are going to check for a renewal on every 7th day at 12:30. Once that is done, simply hit Ctrl-O, hit enter, Ctrl-X to save and exit from the file, and you want to rerun the configuration once more. Now once the configuration is done, you would get an SSL certificate using Let's Encrypt. So that brings us to the end of this tutorial. So if you have any queries regarding this tutorial, make sure to leave that query in the comment section down below. And make sure to check out the links in the description box for the marketplace listing for GitLab Server on Azure Marketplace and for the step-by-step blog post guide. And if this video has helped you in any way, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel.